to the Rich Sports Report. We're back with another great episode for you guys this week. I want to thank everyone for tuning in last week. A lot has happened in the last week in the NFL, NBA. You know, those are really the two major sports going on because we don't keep track of hockey on this channel. But with that being said, let's jump right into things. I want to start with the NFL. I'm a very happy man being, in the New England area, living in the Northeast. The Patriots have rattled off 5 straight wins. They just recently beat the Atlanta Falcons 25-0 last Thursday, and the Patriots are honestly rolling. Their defense looks magnificent. There was 4 turnovers last game. Mac Jones is looking very efficient. He's getting the ball to his receivers. He's not making any mistakes in the throws he is completing. They're looking really good. Bill Belichick, you ain't got to say much about Bill Belichick. He got 20, 40-plus years of experience doing this shit. We know who the hell he is. It's looking like he didn't need Brady to be who the fuck he was, because the way the Patriots are rolling right now, they look like a Super Bowl contender. They're definitely a playoff team, and they look really good going into next week versus the Colts. The Colts are actually coming off a great win as well. They just recently beat the Buffalo Bills 41-15. And Buffalo, that's actually a good thing for us because Buffalo was number 1 in the AFC East, and now we're number 1 because they lost. But the Colts, they have a new identity ever since Carson Wentz came back. They started running the ball. They had 5 rushing touchdowns last game. They have a really balanced attack, and I think that could be scary for New England simply because the teams we have been playing over the last 4 or 5 weeks haven't been the best. When you think about Atlanta, when you think about the Jets, for example, the Browns, Baker Mayfield ain't really that kind of quarterback. We haven't versed the best competition, but we've been in there with the best competition. So when we play the Colts, I feel like that's going to be a great game, and I can't wait to see what happens. But as I said, the Buffalo Bills, they're slowly falling down. They're slowly shitting the bed. They started off the season really well. I'm pretty sure they started off, 5-3? Since then, they've lost 2, won 1. I don't know what's going on with the Bills. I mean, they're really one-dimensional when you think about it. They really just throw the ball. They don't pass the ball. It makes it very easy to play defense on them, as well as the fact that their defense isn't that effective or isn't as good as it was to start the year. I think it looks good for the Patriots, and we still got to play them 2 more times this year, 1 at home, 1 away. Those are going to be really cold games. I think the Buffalo game, it might snow because that shit's right next to Canada, man. When we play Buffalo, it's definitely going to snow. But either way, I think Patriots are going to roll out when we do play them. But that's going to be an interesting development because the AFC East has never been this competitive before because the Patriots have just been winning it every single year up until last year because, we had to go Tom Brady. But let's jump right into another division, the AFC West. We got Patrick Mahomes in this bitch. He's making a nice comeback himself. The Chiefs started off shitty. Like they started off shitty. I'm pretty sure they started off like 2-3, 3-4, and now they're 7-4. They recently won. Yeah, they're 7-4. They started off 3-4. They're now 7-4. They're on a 4-game win streak. Patrick Mahomes is playing lights out. Their defense is stepping up. The team looks like the team of old, and it looks like they've corrected all the issues that they've had before. Andy Reid, he's doing his thing, pulling out trick plays. Tyreek Hill, that fast motherfucker cheetah, he's doing his thing as well. And like I said, Patrick Mahomes is just being Patrick Mahomes. So going into the playoffs, going into the final stretch of the season, the second half of the season, so I may say, I'm kind of scared because the Chiefs are that one team that can blow you out at in any moment, in any second. They could drop 50 on you at any time. But then again, with that defense, they can also give up 50. So if you're clicking on all cylinders as a team versus the Chiefs, I feel like you have a good shot. But if you're not, good luck winning in the shootout because that's what every game versus Kansas City is like. It's essentially a shootout. So I can't wait to see what happens to Kansas City. They just recently won their last game 19-9, and that was versus the Cowboys, America's team, and that was a really good game. Their defense showed out. They shut Dak Prescott down, and the Cowboys running game. Ezekiel Elliott pretty sure had 9 rushes for 32 yards, something like that. That's not really going to get it done. So Chiefs are really rounding out into shape, and I can't wait to see what's happening the rest of the year. And last but not least, I want to talk about, the GOAT, Tom Brady. We keep up with him. He's 43 years old, used to be a hometown favorite. He recently just came off a win himself on Monday, which was yesterday. But they were versing the New York Giants. Daniel Jones, bust in my opinion. And they won that game 30-10. Tom Brady had 2 touchdowns. It was an easy game for the Bucks. Just another day in the office. Not really much to talk about, but they're 7-4 as well, and they're 7-3, I should say. And they're looking like a repeat champion. They're looking like a playoff contender. They look like they can make it to the Super Bowl if everything stays the course. And I honestly hope we get a New England versus Tampa Bay Super Bowl, which would make things extremely interesting. Who's better, the teacher or the master, or the student, teacher or the student? But we got another 3 months until February, which is when the Super Bowl is going to be, and we get to find out what's going to happen. So hopefully Tampa and the Patriots keep doing what they're doing, because I can't wait to see them meet in the Super Bowl if that were to happen. Now let's jump right into the NBA. On Monday night, Terry Rozier, I want y'all to look at this clip right now. Terry Rozier gave y'all the highlight of the year so far in terms of handles and crossover. He gave y'all a mini sham guard with a little skip to my Lou, bring that bitch back. I don't know what he just did right there, but yo, that was the cleanest move I've seen anyone do all year. And that's probably because Kyrie hasn't played once. You know, he pulls these moves out of his bag once every 3 games. He is the best. He has the best handles in the league. But yo, Terry Rozier just pulled out a move I had never seen before. And I just had to show that to y'all because that shit was beautiful. And they also won the game. And he hit a buzzer beater. Well, not a buzzer beater, but he hit a dagger 3 to seal the game. So Terry Rozier, I wish the Celtics kept him because he's really pulling his weight and doing his thing in Charlotte with LaMelo. But let's talk about the Celtics. We know I'm a hometown man. I love my Celtics. Jason Tatum's been doing his thing. We actually we won last game. We're on a 3-game win streak right now. We beat the Lakers, Thunders, and Rockets. Jason Tatum over that has dropped 37, 33, and 30. On like 48% shooting. I can't hate on this man anymore. I think he's back. He's shooting more efficiently. He's not being as selfish. He's attacking the basket. He's rebounding. He's playing defense, and the Celtics are winning. I like the way the Celtics are looking right now. I feel like they're taking shape. The entire team, from the starters to the bench to the coaching staff, is really coming together. I just like the way we are communicating as a team, the way we look on the court. And I think it's just going to be a fruitful season. And Jaylen Brown just got back last night versus the Rockets, and he did his thing per usual. So if he can stay healthy, the Celtics can continue to have their two-headed beast with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And don't sleep, Dennis Schroeder is pulling his weight as well. He looks like a starting point guard and deserves to get paid because he's been dropping 30 and 20-point games out the ass ever since Jaylen Brown has been injured. So if he can maintain that while he's back, I think the sky's the limit for the Celtics. We are 11-8 or 10-8 as of right now. I mean, it's really early in the season. A lot of teams are just finally gelling, but I see us having a really opportunistic future because a lot of teams are injured. A lot of teams got people aren't playing because of COVID. And it's just a lot of parity in the NBA right now. So I think this is the year where the C's could do some crazy things, and I hope we can capitalize off the other teams' mishaps and other players not being available. But speaking of those teams not having available players, one of those teams is our rivals, the 76ers. Joel Embiid hasn't played the last 8 games, and over those last 9 games, and over those last 9 games, the 76ers have been 3-6. That means they've won 3 games, lost 6. I don't know about y'all, but that's not a good record. Ben Simmons still ain't fucking playing for them dudes, and I don't think he ever will, and I respect it. Do what you got to do, Ben, to get the fuck out of Philly. He losing money while he's doing it, and he don't give a fuck, so do what you got to do, man. But I like what I'm seeing from Philadelphia as a Boston Celtics fan. They're really shitting the bed right now. They don't look too good right now. Joel Embiid comes back this week, so things can, kind of stay the course, but I just want to touch on 76ers because they look a little dysfunctional right now. It looks like they may need to do make some changes if they want to really be competitive in a long 82-game NBA season without Ben Simmons. So that's why I wanted to mention that. But I also wanted to mention LeBron. My man LeBron got suspended for 1 game. I think that game is tonight versus the Knicks. My man LeBron is out here assaulting people on the court, giving people bloody eyes, making people have stitches. My man's was at the free throw line versus the Detroit Pistons, rebounding a missed shot, and the Pistons center, Isaiah Stewart, was getting boxed out by LeBron. And LeBron, elbowed that nigga like he was playing for the WWE. And in return, he cut up that nigga Stewart. And Stewart wanted to fuck him up, which I think he could have because he's 6'10 and he boxes. And LeBron is 6'8, but I don't think he boxes. So 6'10 and boxes versus 6'8 and just strong. I don't know if that's going to make it really, I don't know if it really matters. But I think LeBron would have gotten his ass fucked up because AD, Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Jordan, everyone in their damn mom was protecting that man. It was not letting them letting that go down. So I just wanted to mention that because I don't think LeBron's a bad person. I personally don't think it was on purpose. I've seen plays like that happen all the time in basketball. It is what it is, but it was just funny when it happened, and all the memes that are coming from it, I just enjoy. And I just wanted to mention that, LeBron's suspended, and I know it's a highlight game. It's a primetime game versus the Knicks, so the fact that the NBA had the balls to do that, kudos and respect. But last but not least, let's talk about this man, Steph motherfucking Curry. This man finally broke the record for most three-pointers in a career, and he's not even close to done with his career. He's averaging 30 this year. His team is 12-2, and they are just clicking on all cylinders, and Klay Thompson is coming back before Christmas. I don't know about y'all, but the Warriors look like they might win it all this year. I mean, barring any injuries, barring suspensions, barring COVID, shit. Anything can happen when you're dealing with humans. But as of right now, Curry is looking like the MVP of the NBA again. And it looks like he's having an even better season than he did when he was MVP the first two times. So I want y'all to be on the lookout for the Warriors whenever they're playing, because whenever they're playing, it is definitely a show. It is very interesting. They're blowing out teams without Curry. Jordan Poole's holding his weight. Draymond Green looks like the Draymond Green of old. Andrew Wiggins is dropping 25 a fucking game. Like, who fucking knew he could finally do that? So I just love what I'm seeing from the Warriors. They look like a complete team. They got a bench. They play defense. They got shooting. They got the paint. I'm worried. I'm worried for the teams in the NBA. But with that being said, that's really all I got for you guys. I mean, it was not really much going on news-wise, but I wanted to give y'all some quick updates, what's going on in the news world or the sports world. But like I said, that's really all I got for y'all. It's we're gonna have another episode next week where I come back with some crazy shit for y'all. But thank you for tuning into the Rich Sports Report this week. It was a pleasure giving y'all the news, giving y'all the sports, giving y'all the updates, and making y'all laugh and smile. And I can't wait to see y'all next week.